Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing well today, and welcome back to another reaction for 86. We're going to be watching episode 4 in this video, and things are really becoming emotionally charged in this series, considering what happened the last episode. One of the District 86 people died. Lena apologized for that, and of course, Theo, rightfully so, went off on his handler one, which was Lena. She doesn't really understand where these people are coming from, you know, and I don't think she ever will truly understand. But she can at least try to bridge this gap. But she has to understand there's a lot of baggage here. They just lost one of their own. This is very dear to them. You know, they treat these people like subhumans, livestock. Just because Lena doesn't treat them that way doesn't mean all the previous handlers didn't treat them that way, and all the other people of her ethnicity, the Alba, didn't treat them that way. Because we heard that in the camps, it wasn't exactly unicorns and rainbows. Apparently her parents were used as target practice, which is just inhumane, man. Super inhumane. So I'm very curious to see if she'll ever be able to like bond with the District 86 people. If she isn't able to do so, I can totally understand why, and I can understand why Theo freaked out the way he did. He even said, "You never really tried to learn our names," and that's what this episode's called. It's titled Real Names. So I'm going to assume Lena's going to try to extend an olive branch and learn their names and learn more about them. Because at the end of the day, all Lena has been doing is calling them and asking, you know, very superficial questions. She wasn't truly getting to know her comrades. As she puts it, she ain't out there on the battlefield with them. So at the end of the day, she's not their comrade. And that's what they feel. But I'm very curious to see how it's going to play out. I really want to dive deeper into the Legion and the Empire and find out what happened with all of that as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead, count this down, and jump into episode 4 of 86. 3, 2, 1, go. Yep, it's starting right back up where she died. I really like how this show does that too, man. Yep. You're not out on the battlefield with us. You're not our comrade. You have to understand where he's coming from, man. I totally get where this kid's saying. And now we're seeing him go off from his point of view, which I really like how this show does this, man. He just lost somebody close to him, you know. They're a family, man. They go on this battlefield together. Yep. He's like, he might have went too far, but we're telling you how it is. Like, we feel the same way he feels, man. You have no right to apologize. I understand. Kaye, that's how you say her name. Which was what? Go off on her. And I guess not really discriminate against her, but feel a certain way. Where Kaye was like, I don't hate all of the Albas. You know, she understood that not all of them were bad, just like not all District 86 people are good. But you know, I feel personally Theo is justified in his rage. Could he have held back a little bit? Yeah, I mean, they are in a very professional setting here. She's his superior, but at the end of the day, you know, they're treated like livestock. You know, at a point, it's all going to boil over. And you're not going to just sit here and have like little friendly conversations with these people who your own race, the Alba, or ethnicity, or whatever, treats like fucking subhumans and livestock. So I can understand where he's coming from, man. You know, it's a situation where they really can't understand each other's feelings because they come from different worlds, essentially. But I do like how the one dude was like, you know, he went too far, but we really don't want to talk to you right now either. Like, we just lost a comrade who you consider, or who your people consider just to be, you know, expendable, you know? It's crazy, dude. This show's crazy. All right, I rambled on long enough. Let's get back to the show, man. Yeah, Theo's still a little distracted from what happened. I wonder if he's going to end up apologizing. They keep focusing on that, like, is that like the queen or something, or like a legend of theirs? Of not theirs, but of Yalba. The cat with multiple names. Well, you call him his name's Laughing Fox. Well, he's angry, dude. Hmm. Trying to cheer him up a little bit. I wonder if he was closer to Kai than all the others, like, because it seems like some of them are closer to each other than others. Of the Fox Commander? Who's the Fox Commander? I mean, because I mean, I'm sure there's people that they've lost over the course of this war, more than what we've met, you know. All right, I think we're gonna get a little bit more of a slower episode. Some characterization for Theo. Well, they are kids, man. A lot of them. Hmm. Uh, that Kai's processor. So they had somebody that commanded the Fox Commander before Shin took charge. I wonder if we're ever going to see that person. Were they all part of different like squads at one point? And that's why he's laughing Fox. His commander was Fox Commander. So you know how there's Black Dog? I wonder if like there was a dog squadron, you know, unit or whatever. Because he says your commander. He didn't say our commander. Real name. And he said that saint, that white pig who thinks that she's a saint. I mean, she's not as bad as all the others, but she needs to understand her situation, and she needs to understand their situation. Hmm. I was wondering if she was eventually going to actually go there in person. Hmm. I don't think eating pudding's healthy either, but you know, that's a wonderful world for where you guys sit, but not other people. See, she's set in the ways of how the Alba are, you know, instead of that's your name. Yep. No, she's not. You know, the 86 shouldn't even be in the position they're in, man. But you know. Well, maybe she wants to really think that way, and she knows the way you guys do things is wrong. So she's trying to change. Ah, she knows she's just a small... She's just a speck in the grand scheme of things, she feels. But what if you get a bunch of specks to, you know? Well, I mean, apparently the Legion's going to be gone in 2 years. And I guess you can't go back to how it was before the war, but you can stop using these people as livestock. You can't quit being a handler. Hmm. Used her whole name. I feel like we're going to see the Republic, like, fall at some point. Because this is going to end up being, like... Some of this is going to end up being their undoing, I feel like. Because you can't just use people this way and think they're going to be okay with it once everything's done. And there's more than this, the kids we've seen, right? There has to be other District 86 people. Okay, bring the war to an end. Talking about... So the dad seems to be against... He seemed to not be all... The colonel didn't seem to be all about, like, subjugating these people and putting them in District 86. She was saying how we have to end this. Alright, so the dad doesn't seem like he was such a bad person, and that would explain why she's not the way the other Alba are. Like, the way they think. So he died out there on the battlefield of 86. Ah, so that's when she learned the truth. Okay. I feel a butt coming. Right, you just want her to be complicit in what your nation's doing. I mean, it sucks because what is she? She's one person, you know. But really, equality, huh? Mm, mm, mm. I don't think it's impossible to make to stop subjugating these people, man. But whatever. They feel like they have to do this. Exactly. There's no Alba out there fighting, dude. Was minimal with no human injuries. Man, fuck off, dude. This should be getting to her, man, and because she's a decent person, you know what I mean? And she did try to stop what's her name from going there. Okay, and then this is when she links with him. So we're seeing okay, so all that led up to her, yeah, this right here, but it was from his point of view. I really like how this show does that. It's really good. He never took their, their feelings into account. That's a reasonable response too. Because again, I like I said, she's only one person, and Shin understands that. Okay. She wants to be different, you know. She wants this whole thing to be. It's rough, man. Because like Shin said, she's only one person. She didn't. She's not the one that subjugated these people, you know. But she's going along with it, just like all the other ones. Meanwhile, they're again behind their walls, completely safe. You can write it all down. Snow Witch. That makes sense. She has like the hair color. What's your name, Undertaker? And I wonder if there is anybody else out there like Lena that, among the Alba that feel this is wrong, but they're just afraid to speak up, or they're just going along with, the way it is. I'm sure some of them probably feel like, thank God we're not on the battlefield, you know? Hmm. Instead of handler one, yeah. There's her father's name. They're not forgotten. Do we really want to hear this number? So she's the newest. That's a heavy burden, dude. Hmm. That's part of it. What's the rest of it? No, in person. Do it in person. You know how much more that would mean? I don't know if she can get there, but he connected her. He connected her to everybody, bro. Oh, nice insert song. Is she gonna say all their names? Oh, that was cool how they did that. They threw it into like the actual ending. That's really cool. Yo, this show's quality, man. Like this show is really, really like really good. The way they present things and execute things, and the OST and the animation and the story obviously is really good too. And the mystery behind certain things, just I love it's the execution. It's honestly how they execute things that feels so good, dude. You know what I mean? I like the song too. So she finally knows the names of the people that she's commanding. That's the first step. Obviously, none of them know that because Shin was the one to give her the names. But I'm hoping that she addresses them by their, their given names, and that there could be a bond that forms here. Because this is the catalyst that they might need for change. The Andrew girl sort of has similar hair. I wonder if she's half Alba. She wants to hear him from you guys, though. Hmm. Right. He was very, like, I understand why he was that way, and I feel he was justified. But he did come off very rude and abrasive. But it was an emotionally charged moment, man. Hmm. So they were part of different units. Oh, he was an Alba. Ah, is she gonna do that? And you respect that because, and you can respect that. What I said at the beginning of the episode, like it's so obvious how Theo feels, man. So there were other Albas that felt the same as Lena, but that guy died. Her father died. Hmm. Hmm. So they got the wrong idea. Hmm. They're letting their feelings out, dude. Unless she comes at District 86. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I like how it was Raiden that apologized too, because he was the one that said, it was wrong what Theo did, but we don't want to talk to you right now. Oh yeah, we have it. What's his name? Shin something? Or is that short for something? You forgot your own name? Hmm. D9 Nozen. Is that his father? Dulahan, Headless Knight, that's cool. Or his mother? Who is it? But she said he. He's my brother. I'm with you. Bruh. So Lena knows. Lena knows Shin's brother. Lena knows Shin's brother. Lena is an Alba who also seems to have a higher standing than others. And she was familiar with the brother. And she was kind of surprised by that. And apparently, like, he was out in the field too. I wonder if she led him at one point. All right, then. So there's a connection there. I'm trying to figure out what it could, like, what this could lead to. But I really like that episode, man. I'm with you. Does that mean Lena's going to end up coming to District 86 and fighting alongside them? That'd be interesting, because then that would show that she believes that they're equals and that they're not beneath her. I really liked this episode. I teared up a few times because it was definitely an emotional episode, man. Everybody's emotions were out there, especially Theo's and Lena's. But at the same time, you know, they got off on the wrong foot. Lena was assuming things and acting a way that they didn't like. You know, they don't like Albas. There's a reason why they don't like them. And then one comes through and starts to act all nice and stuff. They were like, nah, like, you're not our equal. Like, we don't believe you to be our comrade, you know? Very interesting stuff. I loved hearing about Lena's father and how he was sort of similar to her. And also the guy who commanded Theo before, he was also an Alba and believed he should have been on the battlefield as well. So there are decent people within the Republic. And of course there's going to be. Not like 100% of them are going to be scumbags, right? You know, Lena's not one either. But there's probably some who are just going along with it because they're safe and they're not on the battlefield. There's probably some who's going along with it because they believe they can't do anything, like Annette. Annette said she's only one person. She can't do anything about it. But something needs to change, and I'm very curious to see in the next 2 years, once the war is over, according to them, they believe that the Legion's going to deactivate. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I'm curious to see if they're going to be assimilated back into society, because remember they said your terms, I think it was Shin, the term was almost over and he was going to be allowed back into society. But why would some of these District 86 people want to come back into the Republic? You know what I mean? And furthermore, there are no other nations. We only heard about the Republic of San Magnolia, I think it was what it's called, and the Empire. We haven't heard about any other nations or countries or anything like that. So I'm curious to know, like, about that. Did they get wiped out by the Legion? Because obviously these District 86 people are not all the same ethnicities. So there had to be other countries, right? So where are they at? I'm assuming the Legion wiped them out. There's so much more world building that I want to see from this series. But guys, what are your thoughts on this episode of 86? Let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? To me, it's probably one of the best episodes so far, just because it was a very emotional episode. And things had to be laid out in front of them for them to actually get past everything that has happened so far. And they're doing so by introducing each other, you know, introducing themselves to each other finally. And that's what should have happened before. Really good episode. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Remember to smash that like button. It's completely free and I greatly appreciate it. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you very soon for another video.